My name is Bari Cunningham, and I'm a pediatric dermatologist. Well, I knew from a very early age that I wanted to be a physician. There's 6 physicians in my immediate family, so I think it's kind of in my DNA and kind of programmed in me to be a physician. And specifically, dermatology attracted me because of the ability to see the change that you affect in people, and it's very gratifying to be able to visually see the changes that occur in your patient. I also like the fact that it's a surgical profession as well. So it's medical, it's surgical, you treat young people, you treat old people, you treat healthy people, you treat sick people. So there was a lot of diversity in terms of the types of people that you treat and also the disorders that you treat. A leader to me is someone who has the ability to galvanize other people, and a leader is somebody who has charisma and who people want to be around and want to be like and want to emulate. A leader also is someone who has a lot of courage and also thinks of people and the effect that they could have on people beyond themselves. So I think a leader by definition is somebody who's selfless and willing to help people. I try to display leadership qualities on my day-to-day life, and then the broader picture, I definitely aspire to be a leader more globally and in more community-based projects. I'm lucky that I work in a field that allows me to interact with people all day long, and in that interaction I have the opportunity to inspire and support and encourage youth and young people. So I am a leader in my day-to-day life, but I do volunteer quite a bit outside of my day-to-day work life, and in those capacities I think I am a leader as well, because I bring young people along on my service trips and I try to encourage them and inspire them and allow them to realize that we have the potential and the responsibility to help those beyond our immediate sphere of influence. Being a leader has tremendously impacted me in a positive way. It's very gratifying to see the effects of the leadership service trips that I've led to help the children that I've helped in Latin America with debilitating skin diseases. Has helped me immensely. It's also helped me be a role model for my own immediate family. I have 3 children, and I think that they have seen firsthand how you can be of service to people no matter where you go in the world. All of us have that ability, no matter if you're a physician or a nurse or a dentist or a real estate agent or a politician. No matter what you're doing and where your skills lie, we all have the capacity to help those who are less fortunate. And I think being a leader and running service trips in Latin America has allowed me to show my children firsthand that you can be of service to people who, just by virtue of where they were born and the families they were born into, that they need help. I've participated in quite a few service trips to Latin America, predominantly Central and South America, although I've also been to Cuba. I have a relationship with a very remote village in Guatemala where the children in that village have a very rare, debilitating genetic disease that's characterized by skin cancers that occur on the face at a very early age. And I've led medical and surgical teams into this village and set up mobile operating rooms and operated on the children and removed the tumors and brought medical and humanitarian aid into the village. It's a very impoverished region of Guatemala. So I've led multiple trips to that village, and I've established a relationship with the families and worked with missionaries who have relationships with the families as well, and kind of collaborated. I've also worked with the Rotary Club in the same village in Guatemala. So I definitely have a passion for the children there and for service in that region. I've also gone to Peru and volunteered as a dermatologist in Peru with impoverished children in Peru as well. So I've definitely enjoyed getting out of my day-to-day life in San Diego, where most of us have a roof over our head and we have, you know, clean water to drink and we have food on our table every night. And so it is gratifying to go to other parts of the world where those necessities are not necessarily occurring on a regular basis.
So people ask me, why community service? And mainly for me is giving back to the community is a major thing. You know, you can help out so many people just by doing simple things like cleaning up the park or just visiting retirement communities. You know, you don't think that our going to different places makes a big difference, but it does.
I would encourage all youth to get involved in community service, whether it's in your local community where you live or beyond our borders into foreign countries. There's an enormous opportunity for individual, spiritual, emotional growth when you give of yourself to those who are less fortunate. I can't imagine a world where it wasn't something to be valued, and I think that there's an enormous responsibility that those of us in the first world have to provide resources to those who are less fortunate, be it in Africa or in Central America or wherever. And there's an old adage that when you do that, you get out of it so much more than you give. And I have found that definitely to be true. And it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy when you do service trips, because you do gain so much yourself and so much more beyond what you're giving those who are less fortunate.
I feel it is extremely important to have kids involved around the world in community service. You know, not only just because of little things, but building bonds with people and relationships with people across the world is a huge advantage, not only for us in high school, but, you know, our future lives, you know, growing up and having those great relationships with people around the world can give us huge advantages in jobs, and, you know, many different opportunities will open up to us.
I would just like to say how happy I am to hear that your service project, that your school is encouraging community service in such a demonstrable way, and that it sounds like they're really they put their money where their mouth is, and they're actually sending you on trips and they're encouraging you to go beyond your borders and to third world countries and to see firsthand how you can be of service to those who are less fortunate.